Done.
What's going on, guys? It's April 20th, 2018. My little fat boy is feeling a lot better, but he still has the mass on the back of his leg. He knows I'm recording, so he doesn't want to be on the camera. But he still has a mass back here on the back of his leg. So we're coming in for surgery today. He didn't get to eat this morning like he has been. It's kind of like he knows what's going on. He's real anxious to get out of the truck, but he don't really look too excited. So I got to get in here. We're going to get him dropped off. I'll find out, see if I'm going to be able to get him back today or if he's going to have to stay overnight for observation. But hopefully everything works out.
One eternity later.
Well, they're always supposed to call this number.
Yeah, definitely have not got a call all day.
Check.
Alright guys, if it's windy out here, I apologize. I'm out here with my little dog. I went and picked him up right now. I was waiting all day for a phone call, and eventually I was just like, I'm done. I went by the vet to go and check on him, see if they had any kind of update, and they're like, oh yeah, we were supposed to call, or said they called an hour or 2 hours before, but me nor my wife ever got a phone call. So I picked him up. He has a bigger scar or bigger incision than I was expecting it to be, but I mean, it is what it is. The mass was removed. There was no infectious like disease or nothing in there. It wasn't cancerous, so that was good. They were able to get all of it out, so it's nothing that we're gonna have to worry about in the future. It was cheaper than I expected it to be, even though it was still really expensive. And you'll see the video of him kind of moving around and stuff, and it still has a little bit of blood kind of seeping out of it. I picked him up, and I got a little bit of blood on me. Once I get him back inside here in a second, then I'll get washed up and we'll get him to sleep. But I think he'll be good. You know, it's gonna be a long 2 or 3 weeks recovery process. We got pain meds and antibiotics and stuff that we got to do, and you know, just post-surgery stuff, cleaning up. But the good news is he's all right. He made it through the surgery, and now it's just take it day by day and make sure he has what he needs. So before I forget, really quick, if you don't like cuts or like open incisions, well, it's not open, it's stitched up, but like blood and cuts and scars and stuff like that, don't watch this next part of the video, the next couple seconds. I am going to be showing y'all Max's scar or cut. There is a little bit of blood on it, so if you don't like that stuff, now's the time to look away. It's going to be really hard to see. I don't want to put a lot of pressure on him. You ready to go back inside already? Huh? You ready to go back inside? Max is in the little crate for now. Can't really be by anyone because of the scar, but he's pretty drugged up. He'll be sleeping, they said, for the next 12 to probably 24 hours. He's already used the restroom, so I don't think he's going to get up for too much more. But we're going to keep him comfortable and just kind of see how it goes. So this part of the video is going to be unrelated to Max's surgery, but it is dog related. So I went to go have lunch with my wife while waiting to hear about Max so I can go and pick him up. And she was telling me about this story that happened here in Texas, unfortunately. But this lady, and there's at least 3 people in this car, but this lady drives this little dead end, little cul-de-sac deal, whatever you want to call it, and just dumps off her dogs. That stuff drives me insane. Like, my dogs are my kids, and as much as I complain or I joke about how expensive they can be, I mean, that's something, at least for me personally, like, you have to take that into account whenever you decide you want to be a dog owner, you know? Vet bills and shots and, you know, injuries and surgeries, and nobody wants to pay that stuff. Nobody wants to pay that stuff, you know, for kids, you know, let alone a dog. But if you aren't ready for that, don't buy a dog. Don't go out and get a dog, or don't get multiple dogs like the lady in this video. And if you haven't seen this video, I'm going to put the clip in here so you guys can check it out and see exactly what I'm talking about. The girl that's recording the video is telling this lady how to go about getting her dogs to the right people so they aren't just dumped off, these domesticated animals, in now essentially a wild, area where they don't know how to fend for themselves. These dogs have more than likely been fed by an owner of some sort, up until this point, and now they're just left out in the middle of nowhere to fend for themselves. So that stuff drives me insane. I don't have any respect for people who do stuff like that. Like I said, my dogs are my kids. I treat my dogs like my kids. They're, in some situations, my dogs are better taken care of than some people's kids. And that's not talking bad about anybody, taking care of their kids. That's just how well we take care of our dogs. And that's how much our dogs mean to us. So I spent all day worrying today, wanting to make sure that he was okay. And that's why I ended up going to the vet before I even got that phone call, because I was just like, I've waited long enough. And I went over there and I checked, so I went and checked on him. It just so happened that they were supposed to call, they didn't call, whatever. That was a whole nother deal in itself. I'm getting kind of off topic, but I ended up finding everything out, finding out what we need to do. He needs to go back to get stitches removed. Like, it is what it is. I mean, yes, it does cost money, but I knew that going into buying a dog or buying my dogs, because I have more than one dog and we have a cat. I knew that going into this, it's going to cost money. They're not the cheapest things in the world. Dogs are a luxury. People are like, oh, I want a dog, they're so cute, and they buy these puppies, and once they grow out of that puppy phase, they're like, well, I don't want this dog anymore. And it drives me insane. I love puppies like everybody else, but you went into that, you have an obligation to that animal. So that's kind of me. I'll get off my soapbox. My wife told me about this video. I looked it up, and it just drove me so insane watching these people dump these dogs off like they were trash. I had to say something about it. So I know I don't have a lot of viewers. I don't have a lot of subscribers or whatever, but I wanted to get the word out there. This lady I have no respect for this lady that's in this video, or the people in the car, because it wasn't just this lady. The other people were part of it as well. So I have no respect for these people. Like I said, I'll get off my soapbox. But I just wanted to tell y'all about that. If y'all hadn't seen that, or if y'all didn't know about that, I mean, drives me insane.
Well, if you can drop them off as strays at ACS, Animal Care Services, and it's free. That's at 151. Take right here, take Commerce, and then take a left right by the animal, right here by the food bank. Because I'm tired of people dropping off abandoned dogs. I foster for Animal Care Services, and I'm the one that has to take time away from my children to help people who don't want to be responsible for their pets. It's a $500 fine per dog. I mean, you can tell they're scared. They don't want to go. They don't know how to fend for themselves. Really? And now there's more dogs. They don't know what to do. They just get rid of their dogs.
People like that just drive me insane. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching and checking out my video. To all my subscribers, thank you guys for checking out my videos. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you on the next one.